actually had a discussion about how Martin Luther King did get assassinated and about the fact that he was supporting the rights of workers, that actually he was in Tennessee in support of sanitation workers who were on strike. And that part of his history is often not included in the narrative that describes him as the leader of the struggle that helped to bring full democracy to the United States of America. You know, the democracy that gets exported to other countries. I just want you to know that when we use the word democracy, we aren't always talking about the same phenomenon, right? Because there are those who believe that democracy only means the right to vote and does not mean the right to health care or the right to an education, a tuition-free education. Back to, sort of parenthetically, go back to what I was saying about how excited we all were barely a year ago in the aftermath of the 2008 elections in the U.S. And now we are experiencing disappointments, it seems. Many of us feel as if our collective hopes have receded in the face of bureaucracy as usual, in the face of the demands of the military and the determination of the healthcare industry to maintain a system that is based on capitalist profit rather than human need. And I read the article about, what is the Prime Minister of Newfoundland? They call him Danny Millions or something like that. Danny Millions. Because he's going to the U.S. to get his heart surgery. And that is being used by all of the conservatives and right-wingers in the States who argue that to develop a healthcare system that's similar to the one that you have here, and this isn't even socialism, right? Not even a socialist healthcare system, but that would be tantamount to, creating a communist healthcare system. That's the subtext of all of the struggles around healthcare that people don't necessarily talk about. And of course, the election that happened recently, a couple of weeks ago in Massachusetts, which meant that now the Democrats no longer have an absolute majority in the Senate, right? It was an example of the power of the HMOs and the pharmaceutical companies and the rest of what has been called a medical industrial complex. I've been thinking about the fact that given the disastrous situation in Haiti, there should have been many, many more U.S. doctors volunteering. I mean, of course, Cuban doctors and the organization Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières, they all, have gone to Haiti. But U.S. doctors are encouraged to think more about the money they earn than the service they perform. Healthcare is so saturated with the goals of capitalism that health itself has been transformed into a commodity. And I say this because I want to point out that even the medevac flights to Haiti that the U.S. was running to bring people who are severely injured to U.S. hospitals, they've been stopped. Those evacuation flights have been stopped. Why? Because they can't figure out how to pay for the people who need immediate assistance, immediate medical assistance. And I mean, that just makes no sense, does it? So, Month emerged as an important set of celebrations for people of all racial, ethnic, religious, and national backgrounds. Its popularity is related very much to the fact that Black history is the history of the struggle for freedom. And, you know, I mentioned Georg Friedrich Hegel's observation. Some of you may have studied philosophy, and you may have read Hegel, and you may have read that little book called Reason and History, which you usually get to read if you're taking an intro to philosophy course. And what he says there is that history is progress in the consciousness of freedom. History is progress in the consciousness of freedom. And I mention Hegel not just out of the blue, and not just because of my background in philosophy, but Hegel's ideas were very much influenced by the Haitian Revolution, by the struggle for Black freedom. And Susan Buck-Morss, who's a political philosopher, has a very interesting essay and book called Hegel and Haiti. And the essay is Hegel and Haiti. The book is Hegel, Haiti, and Universal History. And she points out that no one has problems arguing that Hegel was very much influenced by the French Revolution and the development of his philosophical system. But no one talks about the extent to which he was influenced by the Haitian Revolution. You know, some of you may have read the Phenomenology of Spirit, Phenomenology of Mind, and that everybody knows that section called the master-slave dialectic, right? And she argues that he was very much influenced by the fact that in Haiti, the only successful slave uprising in history occurred. Haiti was the site of the only revolution where slaves actually overthrew their masters. And I mention this because too frequently we see the representations, the televisual representations, the representational practices of journalists who tell us that Haiti is the most impoverished country in the hemisphere, right? And we think of that poverty as a kind of natural phenomenon. As a matter of fact, it becomes often as natural as the earthquake was. And we fail to recognize that the people of Haiti have this incredible history that has shaped us all. When we talk about Black history in the States, we usually go back to when we talk about the struggle against slavery, who do we go back to? Well, of course, the name everyone mentions is Abraham Lincoln, because Lincoln was the great emancipator, right? And if you go to Washington, D.C., there's this incredible sculpture of the great emancipator. But of course, Lincoln pointed out to many people that he was not interested in slavery at all. If he could save the Union and preserve slavery, he would have done that, right? And when the Emancipation Proclamation was pronounced,